players, obviously, and you don't need to keep repeating that. But I'm very happy for those guys.
Hey Kyle, my name's Bill. You're right about the Lakers. I think maybe to follow up on what Kyle was asking, you're obviously eligible for an extension also going into this season. You know how active those conversations have been, and what are your kind of thoughts on trying to get an extension done now versus returning free agency next summer?
Yeah, we've talked. So it's obviously just talk between my agent and the organization, and they're working through things. So we'll see.
Allie?
Hey Kyle, I know the last time we kind of heard from you and spoke with obviously when you guys won the title, and it was an emotional experience and time for you and for so many. How would you just describe what this shortened off season has been like for you, and what you're doing to process being ready for what's to come, both mentally and physically?
Yeah, it was probably one of the shorter off seasons. Obviously, I saw somewhere it's like 71 days or something for us. So, for me, I didn't really take much time off. Just, obviously rested, got back home and enjoyed my house, and then, kind of just got back to work. So, obviously there's not much to really do nowadays with COVID and pandemic still out. So, for me, it's all about, just being safe and putting work in. So.
Dave?
Hey, Kyle, great to see you. You mentioned COVID, and when you guys won the championship, obviously it was down in Florida in the bubble, and everyone was getting tested daily. Everyone was safe. What type of thoughts or apprehension or worry or confidence, I don't know, that do you have about going into this season without the bubble, without all the same protocols?
Yeah, obviously it's going to be tough. As you guys see across the league, there's been a lot of positive testings from other players in other organizations. So, it's going to be an ongoing thing all year. Can't stop guys from, actively doing what they want in life. So, it's all about just being safe, wearing a mask, and, just trying to stay as low as possible so you're healthy and don't have to miss games.
Dan?
Hey Kyle, kind of along those lines, I think Luka said something that he thinks the team that will be in the best shape will be the team that stays the most COVID-free. Is that kind of how you view this season in a lot of ways? That it's like that's going to be as important as floor spacing or team defense, the ability to kind of stay disciplined and stay out of the virus's way, I guess.
No, I don't really think so. I mean, you can be the safest, healthiest team and still lose games. So, I mean, actively, obviously, you don't want to, have one of your star players get COVID and miss a certain amount of time. But at the same time, you have to go in and compete, and especially in the NBA. Any team can be beat by anyone. So, I agree to disagree with it.
I'll kind of along a little bit, I guess, along this line. Last year, your role changed, obviously, on a team that had LeBron and AD and stuff like that. There's been a big turnover in roster again. How do you know what your role is going to look like? What do you want it to look like this year?
I mean, you never truly know until the ball goes up and the season starts going. So, we'll see. Obviously, it's ultimately what Frank views me as, and we'll see.
Al, please.
Hey, Kuz, just to play off that for a second, you're looking at your role. You sacrificed last season. This upcoming year, are there personal things for you that you'd like to accomplish that obviously still what's in benefit of the team, but looking at your skill set, what are some of the things that you want to improve on this season?
I just want to just build on what I did in the playoffs from a defensive standpoint, and just take those steps as a defender, and just improve my all-around game. So that, you know, that's just always the process. Every off season, every time to reflect, you always just try to build on what you did last year, work on it, and just improve. So.
Melissa?
Hey Kyle, do you view it as an advantage or a disadvantage, the quick turnaround compared to a team like the Warriors, who's been off since March, and does that change for some of the younger guys versus some of the older guys?
Disadvantage. You know, especially for just older guys. Obviously, a lot of guys haven't been in the gym from a standpoint of not just our team, but just, you know, if you look at the Final Four teams that were in the conference finals, usually you probably took about a month off. So, you know, getting their bodies back ramped up and warmed up in a short amount of time, it's definitely going to be a disadvantage to, you know, teams that were, you know, had late runs in the playoffs compared to the teams that did not make the bubble and had early exits in the bubble.
Mr. Kamenetsky?
Hey Kyle, as a young player winning a championship in the league, which isn't always that common for players, what type of perspective do you think it gained for you in terms of what you want for your career, things that really matter?
I think you know, it just puts a better you know, just more confidence under your belt. Makes you you know, at the end of the day, you're a winner, and that's something that no one can ever kind of take from you. You know, especially being a part of it, and you know, being a key piece. You know, it kind of just motivates you in a different type of light. You know, especially going from you know, let's say you don't make the playoffs and your season ends early, and you're motivated because you want to become, you know, and get into the playoffs. It's kind of the same thing. Winning a championship, you want to win more, you want to win, and you just want to be successful, and that's what it's brought.
Last two questions. Nick?
Hey Kyle, know that you guys had a short offseason, obviously, but what has been your approach? How did you have to change your approach as far as how you work out and your nutrition? How does that affect your change?
Not too much. You know, I live a healthy lifestyle, so you know, always eating right, eating healthy. I run a lot, just trying to stay in shape, and you know, just be ready. So.
Curry?
What's going on, Kyle? I know we haven't gotten a chance to talk to you, but can you speak on your thoughts of having two new additions in Dennis Schroeder and Montrezl Harrell?
Yeah, you know, they're great players. You know, glad that we got them. You know, guys that are, you know, proven